Hello students, how are you all? Yes, I hope you all are fine and safe with your family members. Now we are going to begin our class. Before that, I want to conduct a small test for you. I took these questions from the previous class. Are you ready to write the test? Are you ready, students? Yes, I hope you are ready. Test. What you have to do with this is you have to put date and write this test as test. Don't copy. Whatever comes in your mind, you just write, and after finish your test, you have to get your parents' signature. End of the page. This is test. First question: what are the rules we have to follow in our home for our safety? Repeating again: what are the rules we have to follow in our home for our safety? And the second one: if you smell leakage of cooking gas, what will you do? If you smell leakage of cooking gas, what will you do? And the third one: write short note on avoid being poisoned. Write short note on avoid being poisoned. I hope you know what you have to do. This is warm up session. We are going to see a small video clip related to the topic what we are going to see. Okay students, what you understood from the video clip? Yes, the video clip related to the first aid, and if any accident took place, what we have to do for ourselves or for others. This is science for 4th standard A section students. Students, I want to ask you a question. Can you answer for it? What are the things that you saw in the video clip? Students, yes, we saw a scissor, then cotton, very good, then rubber gloves, very good, then bandage. Yeah, these are the things, and instruction book, very good. Okay students, very good. Learning objectives. Before every class we have to know what we are going to learn from this lesson, and now we are going to see. From this lesson, we are going to learn about personal safety and how to avoid accidents in our life. Day by day, the number of accidents increasing because of some carelessness and because of some irresponsible activities. This is the title of this lesson, personal safety. A personal safety can make others safe. We read about many accidents in the newspapers. Most of the accidents take place due to our carelessness. True, right? Because we should always careful with the things around us, and we have to make ourselves a unique person or unique personality. We can avoid such accidents and deaths by following some simple safety rules. What are the safety rules? Let us learn. Road safety. Most of the accidents take place due to carelessness and inefficiency of the drivers. Strictly follow traffic rules while walking and crossing the roads. When you are crossing the road, you have to see both the sides, and if none of the vehicles are coming, just cross the road, or you can seek the help of the elders. You can ask someone to help me to cross the road, like that you can ask someone. And road rules: must walk only on the platform. Sorry to say this, in our town we never find a flat platform like this. Some of the streets may have like this, but mainly in our town we could not find like this, a platform like this. Can you see? Road is different and the platform is different. We are walking on the road sides of the road. We are walking, not on the platform. Do not play on the road. We used to do that, right? We used to play cricket on the road. In our street also we used to play during the rainy seasons, or during evenings we used to play on the road. Am I right? Yes. Before crossing, look on both sides of the road. This is what I told. You have to see both the sides, because if it is one way, we can see one side from where the vehicle is coming, but if it is a normal road, you have to see both the sides. Do not cross in space between the parked vehicles. Parked vehicles, which means vehicles can park in a line. Don't cross in between the spaces of the parked vehicles, because if your pant or anything hooked, anything will be hooked on the materials in the parked vehicles and it will fall on you. It may injure on you. Do not use cell phones while driving or riding the bike. Can you see the image? What he is doing? He is riding the bike with his sons or some children, students, like, don't allow your parents. First you have to tell, if you are riding the bike with your parents or your father, if your father use mobile phone like this while riding the bike, you should say to your father, father, don't use mobile phone while driving, otherwise you stop the bike roadside and speak, then we will move. Like that you have to say. Will you? Yes. I hope you will tell to your parents or your friends. One must wear helmet while riding a two-wheeler. This is very important. If you are riding bike, two-wheeler, cycle, anything, in our Tamil Nadu or in India, we are not using helmet for riding cycles too. But in foreign we have to wear helmet if you are riding the bicycle. So helmet is very important to ride bikes or bicycles. Safety at school. This is very important, students. Listen carefully, because in your schooling time you have spent most of the time in school, so you have to know what you have to do and don't. Children may fall down and get injured while playing in the playground. Playground is the playground has the majority to injure students. Do not play with sharp tools. Here I'm showing here the picture. A child has the knife in his hand. So for example, you may find some sticks, some of the iron materials or stones also are sharp, right? Stones or pencil, like that, don't bring along with you to the playground, that are also sharp tools. It may injure while you are playing. Do not ignore the game rules. Do not ignore, which means if the rule is set for the particular game, you have to follow the rules. If you violate the uh, if you are violating the rules, otherwise you will be in a accident case or you will be injured. Do not involve in rough games like this, fighting with friends or climbing the trees, running, chasing, or throwing the stones on each others. These are all the rough games, so don't play the rough games. While playing this also you will get injured. Safety at public places. Burst crackers only with the help of elders. Only during Diwali and some other festivals like New Year. These are the festivals where we are bursting crackers. So while bursting the crackers, we should bring a elder along with us. I hope will you do that. Do not go to the deep waters. See, if a pond or lake you are going along with your parents like a trip, don't go to the deep water side. Just be there with some elders, because if anything happened wrong to you, they will help you. If you are if you went alone, you will not get help from others or from your family. To avoid stamp, follow the queue system. Stamped, which means crowdy. Okay, don't involve in crowds. It may cause you struggle to breathe and will get cough, and you will not get enough oxygen to breathe. So avoid stamped, which means crowdy places, and it is also called rashing. Follow the queue system. They are standing in queue, right? So it will be better if you are in queue. First aid. First, control the bleeding of an injury and then take the injured to the hospital. Control the bleeding first. Take some cloths or your kerchief or some papers like tissue papers. Yeah, you can use to stop the bleeding, and you have to take the person to the hospital. In case of a fracture, avoid further movements and tie a support to the fractured part. Can you see? Don't allow the fractured place to move. Settle in a particular place or lie down on the land like this. Do not approach a non-medical practitioner. He may not know, or he may not a doctor, but he can give some suggestions. So don't get suggestions from the non-practitioners, medical practitioners. Okay, you have to get the influence of the doctor. Okay students, now we are going to see a small video clip regarding safety.
People cause accidents. To be more exact, people not paying attention or doing something that they shouldn't be doing causes accidents. To put it another way, accidents result from varying degrees of carelessness, sloppiness, negligence, inattention, neglect, and ignorance. Accidents also happen where two things are found: unsafe acts and unsafe conditions. Unsafe conditions occur when there is a failure to identify, control, remediate, or train properly against a hazard. Even though there can be multiple human causes, accident investigations will always identify the human failure to correct the hazard. Some unsafe conditions are easy to spot. Finding others needs a closer inspection. For example, liquid on a walking surface is an unsafe condition, but you won't see it if you aren't looking where you are stepping. People create the majority of unsafe conditions. Mother Nature can create conditions, but she gives us plenty of warning signs. If it's cold and wet, or raining or snowing, we should be aware of walking hazards. No matter what nature is up to, we can be aware of it and guard against it. However, unsafe conditions created by people are often harder to find. Overloaded circuits, unguarded machinery, unchained cylinders, altered safeties, blocked fire extinguishers, blocked exits, curled up edges of mats or carpets, spills, poor lighting, unsanitary conditions, speeding, damaged tools, and inappropriately stored chemicals like solvents and gasoline, and poor housekeeping are all examples of unsafe conditions created by people. If you see an unsafe condition and ignore it, you just made it more likely that someone will fall victim, perhaps even yourself. Unsafe acts create unsafe conditions. Unsafe acts are things like failing to properly do a job, failing to see hazards, or taking unneeded risks. For example, speeding up to make the yellow light, using tools in wrong ways or using damaged or defective tools, not using proper personal protective equipment, ignoring the safety data sheet for chemicals you are using, or deliberately violating safety rules and procedures. How many unsafe acts can you spot today? Which ones are you doing? The worst kind of unsafe act is deliberately creating an unsafe condition. Have you done anything to make the job more risky for you or for others? Although it is difficult to foresee every condition or potential hazard, it's hard to find an accident that could not have been prevented. The person injured may not have caused the conditions that caused the injury, but something they did or something another person did directly led to the incident. The facts from accident investigations are revealing 99.5% of accidents are caused by people's behaviors. Some don't do it deliberately. Some don't do it because they just did something stupid. Others cause accidents because they think they can do it without getting hurt, or they don't think about the consequences of their actions. Some are in a hurry. They allow themselves to become distracted and are not paying attention. One thing to remember, you can make the same mistake many times without anything bad happening. I always did it this way and nothing ever happened until today. Over time, you come to believe that some unsafe conditions or acts are okay because you have no evidence to the contrary. Whatever we do, our job is to identify as many errors as we can and correct them through education, process changes, equipment modifications, or any other way needed to ensure that we all go home safe at the end of each day. Thanks for watching and have a safe day.
Okay students, you saw the video clip. Let us recall what we saw today. Personal safety. We are learning about the safety, what you have to follow in our day-to-day life. And road safety, we saw we should not walk on the road sides, we should only walk on the platforms, and while crossing the roads we have to see both the sides. It will help us to avoid accidents or being injured. Road rules exactly the same. Safety at school. While we are playing only we get injured many times. So while playing we should not violate the rules of the game, and we should not play with sharp tools like stones, pencils, pen and some other gadgets or some other materials which you use to study. And we should not play the rough games like fighting and running, chasing and some other games like that. We should not throw the stones each on us. Safety at public places. Here we saw while bleeding we should control the bleeding with holding some tissue papers or cloth, and then we have to bring the person or injured person to the hospital and should get proper treatment for that. If bone or something breaks in our body, we should tie it without any action and we should lie down, then only it will not give us pain. We saw about first aid. Assessment students, fill in the blanks. Are you ready? Yes. Walk only on the dash. Walk only on the dash. Second one, do not use the dash while driving or riding. Do not use dash while driving or riding. Third one, do not play with dash. Do not play with dash. I'm going to reveal the answers. Walk only on the dash. What is the answer? Very good. Walk only on the platform. That is the answer. Do not use dash while driving or riding. The answer is yes. Do not use mobile phone while driving or riding the bikes. Do not play with dash. What is the answer? The answer is do not play with sharp tools. Not sharp tools. Okay. And this is the homework for you students. What you have to do is you have to put date, and after finished your homework you get your parent signature. First question, write short note on accidents which took place in the month August. Write short note on accidents which took place in the month August. You know, some of the accident took place last month. You just refer the newspapers or just ask your elders or some other grandfather, parents, whoever you can ask, and write a short note. Don't write it in brief manner. Okay. Second question, write short note on safety at school. You know what are the safety rules you have to follow. Write short note on safety at school. Okay students, thank you for your wonderful cooperation. Do your test and homework in a proper way. We will see in the next class. Thank you.